I stood outside Sophia's apartment door with my heart beating too fast, even though I kept telling myself it was nothing. It had only been a week. People get busy. People need space. But as I raised my hand to knock, a voice inside me whispered, "Why hasn't she called?" I tried to push that thought away. I loved her more than she ever knew, and I didn't want to think something was wrong. When she opened the door, she didn't smile. She didn't even look surprised. She just stared at me with irritated eyes, like I had ruined her night. I forced a small smile and said, "Hey, I missed you." The words felt warm in my chest, soft and honest, because it was true. Her hand moved so fast I didn't see it coming. The slap cracked across my face, sharp and loud. My cheek burned, but the shock hurt more. I blinked and whispered, "Sophia, what was that for?" She folded her arms and snapped, "You can't just show up like this. You're clingy. It's suffocating." My stomach dropped. She had never spoken to me like that. "Clingy," I echoed. "I just wanted to see you. You haven't answered my calls." "Well, maybe I don't want to talk all the time," she said. "You're too emotional." I stared at her, trying to understand. "I didn't come to fight," I said quietly. "I just wanted to check on you." Her phone buzzed. She grabbed it instantly, holding it close so I couldn't see the screen. I frowned. "Who's messaging you?" She glared. "None of your business." "Sophia, I'm your fiancé. And you're acting paranoid," she snapped. I stepped back, trying to breathe. "I'm not here to control you. I care. You've been distant." "Nothing happened," she said too quickly. Her eyes darted away. Her phone buzzed again, and she bit her lip. "Can we talk?" I asked. "I want to understand what's going on." She shook her head. "I don't want to talk. You overthink everything." "I overthink because I love you," I whispered. Something flickered in her eyes, fear or guilt. "I think you should leave," she said. "I'm tired." I swallowed hard. "I just wanted 5 minutes with you." "And I'm telling you no," she said. "Why can't you ever listen?" The frustration in her voice felt forced, like she needed a reason to push me away. "Did I do something wrong?" I asked. "Tell me." She rolled her eyes, always begging for reassurance. "It's pathetic." That one stung. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. I felt something inside me twist, like I was losing her right in front of me. "Sophia, why are you being like this?" "Like what?" she snapped. "Honest." "No," I whispered. "Cruel." Her phone buzzed again. She glanced at it, then at me, then back at it. I stepped forward. "Who keeps texting you?" "Stop asking," she snapped. "It doesn't matter." "It matters to me," I said. "I'm supposed to matter." She sighed loudly, like I was exhausting her. "Just go home, Ethan." "You slapped me," I said softly, "for telling you I missed you." She didn't answer. She just looked away, jaw tight. The silence felt like a wall. "I don't understand," I said. "Please talk to me." She shook her head. "Leave. Now." I stared at her, waiting for her to soften, to say something that made sense. But she didn't. She just stood there, stiff and angry. My chest felt tight, like something inside me was cracking. "Okay," I whispered. "I'll go." As I walked down the hallway, the lights above flickered softly. Every step felt heavier than the last, and the air around me felt colder, like the whole building could sense something had broken. I kept replaying her words in my head, wondering how love could turn into this so fast. I thought about every moment we had shared, every plan we made, and how none of it matched the person who had just pushed me away like a stranger. When I reached the stairs, I heard her phone buzz again. This time, she answered quickly, her voice low. I didn't hear the words, but I felt the weight of them. My cheek throbbed, a dull reminder of how far we had fallen from the love we used to share. I hoped she would call my name, say anything that showed she still cared, but the hallway stayed silent. My heart hurt worse. "Why?" I whispered. Why would she hit me for loving her? Something was wrong. Something bigger than a bad mood. And as I walked out of the building, one thought wouldn't leave my mind. Who was she hiding from me? I barely slept for 3 nights after the slap. Every time I closed my eyes, I kept hearing the sound again, sharp and loud, like it was echoing inside my skull. Sophia replied to my messages with short one-word answers, if she replied at all. Busy. Later. Don't start. That was all I got from the woman I planned to marry. I kept staring at my phone, wondering how everything had changed so fast. On the 4th morning, Noah showed up at my apartment without warning. He didn't even knock twice. He just pushed the door open and said, "Dude, you look dead." I tried to laugh it off, but my voice cracked. He sat across from me and leaned forward. Talk. Now. There's nothing to talk about, I muttered. Ethan, he said softly. Girls don't slap their fiancé because he said he missed them. Something else is going on. I looked away. Maybe she's stressed. No, he said firmly. This isn't stress. This is wrong. I rubbed my face. Then what do you think it is? He hesitated, then said, I think she's hiding something. I felt a cold shiver roll through my chest. Like what? That's what you need to find out. Before I could respond, my phone buzzed. I grabbed it quickly, hoping it was Sophia. Instead, the name on the screen made my stomach twist. Ava. Sophia's older sister. I stared at her message. Can we meet? Alone? It's important. Noah leaned over. Ava? Why is she messaging you? I don't know, I said. She never texts me. Then you better go. 2 hours later, I met Ava at a small cafe near her workplace. She was already there, hands wrapped around a cup she hadn't touched. When she saw me, her expression softened into something that looked painfully close to pity. Ethan, she said quietly. Are you okay? I'm fine, I lied. What's going on? She glanced around the cafe and leaned closer. Something's wrong with Sophia. You know that, right? My chest tightened. She's been distant, yeah. But she'll tell me when she's ready. Ava shook her head. No, she won't. She's been hiding things from everyone. Even me. I swallowed. Hiding what? She hesitated. Her fingers trembled around her cup. Ethan, you need to check on Liam. My heart stopped. Liam? Why him? I can't say more. Her voice cracked a little. But please, look into it. Something happened, and it's tearing her apart. I shook my head. No, Liam wouldn't. Ava grabbed my hand. Please, just trust me. Her eyes looked scared. Really scared. That alone terrified me more than anything she said. I don't understand, I whispered. Did Sophia say something? Yes, Ava said. But she wasn't making sense, and she refused to explain. She just kept saying she made a mistake she can't undo. My throat tightened. A mistake. Ava nodded. Just be careful. And don't let her guilt destroy you. Before I could ask more, she stood up. I shouldn't be talking about this. She'll kill me if she finds out. But you deserve the truth. She walked out, leaving me frozen in my chair. Later that evening, I called Sophia. My voice was shaking before she even answered. Sophia, I need to ask you something. What now? She snapped. Have you been with someone else? There was silence. Long, heavy silence. Then she exploded. Are you insane? Why would you even say that? Because something's wrong, I said. You've changed. You're hiding things. Tell me the truth. You're paranoid, she shouted. Completely paranoid. You're trying to paint me as the villain because you can't handle your emotions. That's not what I'm doing, I said. I'm asking you because I love you. Well, stop loving me like that, she snapped. I can't breathe when you interrogate me. I'm not interrogating you, I whispered. I'm begging you to be honest. She hung up. Just hung up. I sat there staring at my phone until Noah called. How did it go? She didn't deny it, I whispered. Noah's voice hardened. Ethan, you need to be ready for whatever comes next. That night, I got a final message, this time from Ava. Please find the truth before it destroys you. I read her message again and again, each word sinking deeper into me until my hands started shaking. I kept trying to tell myself it was all a misunderstanding, that Sophia was just stressed, that Ava was overreacting. But another part of me, the part that had felt the slap burn across my face, kept whispering that everything was falling apart behind my back. I didn't want to believe it, but denial was getting harder to hold on to. I drove to Liam's house with a knot in my stomach, trying to convince myself that Ava was wrong, that Sophia was just stressed, that everything was still fixable. But the closer I got, the heavier the air felt. I kept rehearsing what I would say, but every version sounded weak. When I finally knocked, Liam swung the door open with a grin that felt too wide and too bright. Ethan, what's up, man? He said, voice louder than usual. I need to talk to you, I muttered. Sure, come in. The moment I stepped inside, something hit me, Sophia's perfume. Not just a hint, a full wave. I froze. Why does it smell like that? I asked. Like what? He said quickly. You know what? He laughed, but it came out awkward and shaky. Dude, calm down. It's probably my air freshener. You don't use air fresheners, I said. You hate them. He scratched his neck and avoided eye contact. Well, maybe my friend left something here. What friend? I asked. Just a friend. I stepped toward his room, and he moved like he wanted to block me, but didn't. I pushed the door open. The smell inside was even stronger. My chest tightened. I picked up a hair tie from the nightstand, thin black, and identical to the one Sophia always wore. Where did this come from? I demanded. He swallowed. Bro, you're overthinking everything today. Have you been talking to her? I asked. He laughed again, fake and nervous. Relax, bro. Answer me. He looked past me, then at the floor, then finally at me. We talked a little. Nothing big. My stomach twisted. Why didn't you tell me? Because you'd freak out like this, he snapped. I'm not freaking out, I said. I'm trying to understand what's happening. He sighed. Look, man, you're stressed. Sophia's stressed. Everyone's stressed. Don't make this into a huge thing. But the way he couldn't look me in the eye said everything. I walked out without another word. Liam called after me, but his voice sounded small and guilty. I slammed the door behind me and rushed to my car, gripping the steering wheel so tightly my knuckles turned white. My thoughts kept spinning. Ava's warning. Sophia's behavior. Liam's room. The perfume. The hair tie. All of it felt like pieces of a puzzle I didn't want to solve. That night, Noah called me. Ethan, I found something, he said. My chest tightened. What? I'm sending it to you. Check your phone. A notification popped up. When I opened it, my breath caught in my throat. It was a photo posted online, a party, dim lights, loud music. In the center was Sophia, smiling, drink in hand, leaning close to a man whose back was turned to the camera. Liam's hair. Liam's jacket. Liam's build. Noah, I whispered, that's him. It looks like him, Noah said. I'm not saying it is, but... It's him, I said. I know it is. My heart pounded so hard it hurt. I dialed Sophia. When she answered, her tone was cold. What do you want? I need to ask you something, I said, trying to keep my voice from cracking. Were you at a party with Liam? What? She snapped. No. Why would you think that? There's a photo, I said. You're in it. She sucked in a breath. Are you stalking me now? I'm asking you, I said. Please just tell me the truth. You're unbelievable, she shouted. You're destroying my mental health with your paranoia. I'm not paranoid, I whispered. I'm scared. Well, stop being scared, she said. Stop making up stories. I'm not making anything up, I said. Just talk to me. I don't owe you an explanation for every second of my life, she screamed. You're my fiancée, I said. I deserve honesty. You deserve a break, she snapped. And I need space from your constant accusations. Is it him? I whispered. She went silent. Then she hung up. Just like that. I slammed my fists against the steering wheel and yelled until my throat burned. Tears blurred my vision, and I leaned forward, pressing my forehead against the horn. The sound didn't even register. Everything inside me felt like it was collapsing. I sat there shaking, trying to breathe, but every breath felt sharp. I kept replaying her silence, the way she refused to deny anything, the way Liam dodged every question. Each memory felt like a crack spreading through me. I didn't want to believe any of it, but the truth was closing in, piece by painful piece. I felt completely, painfully alone. Ava called me just after midnight. I was sitting in my car outside my building, staring at the dashboard like it could give me answers. When my phone rang, I almost didn't pick up, but her name on the screen made my chest tighten. I answered, and the first thing I heard was her crying. Not soft crying, broken crying. I straightened up immediately and said, Ava? What happened? She sniffed and whispered, Ethan, you need to come. Please. I felt my stomach twist. Is she okay? I asked. Ava didn't respond. She just said, just come to my house. Now. Then she hung up. The silence after the call felt heavier than anything I'd felt in weeks. I turned the key, started the engine, and drove like the road was collapsing behind me. My hands were shaking on the wheel, and I kept praying the truth wouldn't be as dark as the fear growing in me. When I reached her house, Ava was waiting at the door, arms wrapped around herself. Her face was pale, eyes red. I walked toward her and asked, Where's Sophia? She shook her head. She left. She was drunk. She said things she shouldn't have said. My chest tightened again. What things? I whispered. Ava looked away like she couldn't bear to meet my eyes. Come inside, she said softly. You need to sit down. I stepped into the living room, and she closed the door behind me. Ava, please, I said. Just tell me. She wiped her eyes. She told me she made the biggest mistake of her life. She kept apologizing. She kept saying she doesn't deserve you. I stared at her, confused, scared, angry, all at once. Ava, I said, what did she do? Ava covered her mouth for a moment, then forced the words out. She slept with Liam. Everything inside me stopped. The room went quiet. Even my heartbeat felt like it froze. I took a small step backward and said, "What?" barely able to breathe. Ava whispered, 1 month ago. She said she needed space that week. But she wasn't alone. My fingers went numb. "No," I said. "Please don't say that. Please." She shook her head. "I'm sorry. I didn't want to believe it either." But she said it herself. My knees gave out, and I crashed onto the carpet. I didn't even feel the floor. Pain shot through my chest like something sharp was twisting inside me. "Why?" I whispered. Ava knelt beside me. She was drunk. She said she was angry at you for caring too much. She said Liam made her feel wanted for one stupid night. I covered my face with both hands and shook my head over and over. "No, no, no." Ava put her hand on my shoulder. "She regrets it, Ethan. She said she hates herself. She said she's falling apart." I looked up at her, tears blurring my vision. "That doesn't fix anything," I said. "It doesn't take it back." She nodded. "I know." I tried to breathe, but the air felt too heavy. "Why him?" I whispered. "Why my own cousin?" Ava closed her eyes. She said she thought she'd ruined everything already, so she did something even worse. I didn't speak. I couldn't. My throat felt locked. Ava kept whispering, "I'm sorry," but the words barely reached me. I felt like my whole body had turned into glass, and each breath was another crack. The door suddenly slammed open, and Noah rushed in. "Where is he?" he shouted. "Where's Liam?" Ava stood quickly. "He's not here." Noah turned to me and froze when he saw my face. "Ethan, what happened?" I couldn't answer. I just stared at the floor. Ava stepped forward. "Sophia confessed," she said. "It was Liam." Noah clenched his fists. "I swear I'll break his." Ava grabbed his arm. "No, not tonight." Noah paced the room, breathing hard, muttering curses under his breath. He stopped in front of me and said, "Say something, man. Please." I finally whispered. She lied. My voice cracked. "And I still love her. What's wrong with me?" Ava knelt in front of me again. "There's nothing wrong with you," she said. "You loved her honestly. She didn't love you the same way." Noah sat beside me and put a hand on my back. "You didn't deserve any of this." I wiped my face and whispered. "She told me she needed space. And she was with him." Ava nodded. "I know." I felt like my insides were collapsing. "I gave her everything," I said. "Why wasn't it enough?" Noah shook his head. "Because she's broken, not you." I leaned forward, elbows on my knees, hands shaking. "What do I do now?" I asked. Ava whispered, "Heal." And let her face what she did. I closed my eyes and whispered the only words I could manage. She lied, and I still love her. What's wrong with me? I was sitting on the floor of my living room, leaning against the couch, staring at nothing. I didn't know how long I'd been like that. Hours, maybe. My body felt drained, like every drop of strength had leaked out of me after hearing the truth. I didn't even react when someone started pounding on my door. At first, I ignored it. But then I heard her voice. "Ethan, please open the door. Please." My chest tightened. I squeezed my eyes shut. "Go home, Sophia," I said weakly. But she kept knocking, kept crying, kept saying my name like it could pull me back to her. After a full minute, I finally stood up and opened the door. Sophia stumbled inside before I could say anything. Her eyes were swollen, her cheeks wet. She looked nothing like the woman who slapped me, nothing like the woman who told me I was clingy. She looked broken. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry." I didn't answer. I just stepped back. She reached for my arm, but I moved away. She flinched. "Please don't do that," she said. I can't handle it if you pull away from me." "You should have thought about that earlier," I said quietly. She nodded, wiping her face with shaking hands. "You're right. You're completely right. I messed up everything. I destroyed us." She took a shaky breath. "Ethan, I need to talk. I need you to hear me." "Talk then," I said. My voice came out flat, empty. She swallowed hard. "I slept with Liam. I admit it. I'm not going to lie anymore." Her voice cracked. "I was drunk and angry and stupid. I thought you'd started losing interest in me because you were being too good, too patient, too loving, and that made me feel guilty. I felt like I didn't deserve you." "That's your excuse?" I asked. "No," she said quickly. It's not an excuse. It's just the truth. I was confused and weak, and he made me feel wanted in the worst way. She covered her face again. I hate myself for it. Every second since it happened, I've hated myself. I sat on the edge of the couch, staring at the floor. Why didn't you just talk to me? I whispered. I was scared, she said. Scared you'd leave. Scared you'd think I was awful. Scared because I knew I'd already crossed a line I couldn't undo. I slowly looked up at her. Then why did you slap me? She froze, guilt washing over her face. Because when you said you missed me, I thought you knew. I thought someone told you. I panicked. I was drowning in guilt and fear, and I hit you because I didn't know what else to do. She covered her mouth with both hands. I'm so sorry. I hate myself for hurting you like that. I felt tears filling my eyes, but my voice stayed calm. Do you have any idea what that did to me? She shook her head, crying harder. Every time I looked at my phone, I wanted to call you, she said. But I couldn't. I thought you'd see the truth in my voice. So instead you pushed me away. I asked. I didn't know how else to hide what I'd done, she whispered. I was breaking inside. I still am. For a long moment, the room was silent except for her shaky breathing. I wiped my face with my sleeve. I loved you, I said. I loved you so much it scared me sometimes. And you chose him. She fell to her knees in front of me. I didn't choose him, she cried. I made the worst mistake of my life. I regret it every day. I would give anything to undo it. But you can't, I said. She lowered her head. I know. I stood up, and she grabbed my hand. Please, she whispered. Give me one more chance. I'll spend the rest of my life proving myself to you. I'll do anything. Just don't leave me. Please don't leave me. I looked at her, really looked. Her tears, her shaking hands, her broken voice. But all I felt was the sharp sting of every lie she told me. Every moment she let me worry. Every time she looked me in the eyes and pretended nothing happened. I can't, I whispered. She gasped like the air had been knocked out of her. Ethan, please. I love you. I'm begging. I can't do this, I said again, stepping back. I can't keep bleeding for someone who didn't think twice before cutting me. She sobbed, reaching for me, but I walked past her toward the door. She struggled to her feet and screamed my name, voice cracking like glass. I didn't look back. Her tears were falling, but they were too late. I thought things might calm down after I walked away from Sophia, but everything only got louder. By the next week, both families knew. I didn't tell anyone, but secrets like hers don't stay buried. My aunt called my mom. My mom called my dad. And then everyone called everyone else. It spread like wildfire. I walked into my parents' house one evening and found my father sitting at the table. He looked up at me with tired eyes. Sit, he said. I sat. He didn't speak at first. Then he said, I heard about Sophia. I nodded slowly. Yeah. He leaned back. I'm proud of you. That surprised me. Proud. He nodded. You didn't explode. You didn't lose yourself. You walked away. That's strength. I swallowed hard because I didn't feel strong. I felt like a cracked window, still standing, but one hard hit could shatter me. Later that night, Noah came over. He knocked on my door and said, You need to get out. Fresh air. Come on. I followed him reluctantly. We went to a small diner near my place. As soon as we sat down, he said, Guess who I ran into today? I sighed. Please don't say Liam. He raised his eyebrows. Liam. I groaned. What did he say? He tried to joke about it, Noah said. He said, Things happen, man. Like it was a spilled drink. My jaw clenched. And what did you do? Noah smirked. I punched him. I stared. You what? He deserved worse, Noah said, leaning back. Be glad I didn't break his nose. For the first time in days, I almost smiled. Thanks, I whispered. He nudged my arm. Always. Work became my escape, mostly because of Grace. She was a co-worker I barely talked to before all this, but she noticed I was quiet and asked, You okay? I shrugged. Not really. She didn't push. She didn't ask for details. She just said, If you ever need air, join me for lunch. I hate eating alone. Her calm presence made things easier. Every day felt less heavy when she sat beside me and talked about random things like music or how terrible the company coffee was. Meanwhile, Sophia's world was collapsing faster than mine could heal. Ava texted me one afternoon. She's a mess. Mom yelled at her. Dad won't talk to her. Her friends are avoiding her. I stared at the screen for a long time before typing. I'm not going back. Ava replied, I know. I'm not asking you to. I just wanted you to know she's facing everything she caused. That should have made me feel better, but it didn't. It didn't make me feel worse either. It just made me feel distant. Then Sophia started trying to contact me again. First it was calls. I blocked her. Then it was messages from unknown numbers. I blocked those too. Then she tried emailing me. The messages were long and emotional. I can't sleep. I ruined my whole life. Karma is killing me. Please talk to me. I'm begging you. I read them but never responded. I didn't hate her. I didn't want revenge. I just didn't have anything left to give. One night, Noah asked me, "Do you feel bad for her?" I thought about it before answering. "Yeah," I said softly, "but not enough to go back." He nodded. "Good. Because if you went back, I'd drag you out myself." A few days later, I ran into Ava at the grocery store. She approached me slowly. "Hey," she said. "How are you holding up?" I exhaled. "Some days I'm okay. Some days I'm not." She nodded. "That's normal." I hesitated before asking, "How's she doing?" Ava sighed. "Not good. She cries every night. She keeps saying she wishes she could undo everything." I looked down at my hands on the shopping cart. "I can't help her anymore." Ava placed a hand on my arm. "I know. And honestly, she needs to feel this." Walking out of the store, I felt a strange shift inside me, a small, growing strength. For the first time since everything happened, I didn't feel like a victim. I felt like someone rebuilding. The contrast between our lives became clearer each day. Sophia's friends stopped replying to her. Her mother lectured her constantly. Her father refused to look at her. Even Liam avoided her, pretending he hadn't ruined both of our lives. Ava wasn't defending her anymore. She was tired too. Meanwhile, I was slowly finding my footing again, through work, through Noah, through quiet moments, through Grace telling me, "You're getting better, you know." And every time Sophia tried to reach out, her words sounded more desperate, more full of regret, more trapped in the consequences she didn't expect. I didn't celebrate her downfall. I didn't cheer for it, but I didn't save her from it either. And for the first time, I understood what healing felt like. Not winning, not revenge. Just choosing not to go back. 6 months passed, and every part of my life felt different. Quieter, steadier, cleaner. I started working out every morning. Not to escape pain anymore, but to build something inside myself that had been missing for years. I spent evenings reading, cooking, or just sitting on the balcony watching people walk by. For the first time in a long time, my mind wasn't spinning every second. It felt strange at first, then peaceful. Grace became a huge part of that peace. She never pushed me to talk, but she always asked, "How's your head today?" in a way that made me feel understood. Sometimes we'd sit in the break room, eating lunch while she told me funny stories about her brothers. Sometimes she'd tell me, "You're getting stronger," and I'd believe her. She wasn't a replacement for anything. I didn't want that. She was simply someone who reminded me that the world still had gentle people in it. One Friday afternoon, I stepped outside my office building after finishing a long shift. I was planning to meet Noah for dinner. But the moment I walked through the doors, I froze. Sophia was standing on the sidewalk. She looked thinner, exhausted, like she hadn't been sleeping. Her hair was messy, her clothes wrinkled, and her eyes, those eyes that once felt like home, were swollen and red. She whispered, "Ethan," like the word hurt to say. My heart didn't race. It didn't break. It didn't flare with anger. It stayed calm, almost still. I took a breath. "Why are you here?" She stepped toward me with shaking legs. "I needed to see you. I've been trying. I've been trying for months, and you keep blocking me." Her voice cracked. "Please don't walk away." "Not yet." I kept my hands in my pockets. "Say what you came to say." She covered her mouth and sobbed. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I ruined the best thing that ever happened to me. I destroyed us. I destroyed you." She wiped her face, but the tears kept falling. "I've changed, Ethan. I'm not that person anymore. I stopped drinking. I started therapy. I cut off everyone who encouraged the old me. I'm trying so hard." I nodded slowly. "Good. I'm glad you're trying." She winced at how calm I sounded. "I know I betrayed you. I know I broke you. I know you'll never look at me the same way. But if there's even one small chance, just one, that we could start over." She pressed her shaking hands to her chest. "Please, please give me that chance." "I can't," I said. She blinked rapidly. "Why?" "Because I already forgave you," I said. "But I didn't forget what it felt like to beg for the truth while you lied to my face." I didn't forget how lonely I felt loving you. I didn't forget hearing you defend the man who betrayed me. I shook my head. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just done. She stumbled back like I'd hit her. Ethan, don't say that. Please don't say that. I can be better. I can make it right. She grabbed my arm, desperate. I need you. I needed you too, I said softly. And you weren't there. Her knees buckled, and she fell onto the concrete, crying so hard it echoed between the buildings. People walking by slowed down, staring. She didn't care. She reached out toward me and whispered, Ethan, please. I still love you. I never stopped. I crouched in front of her. I know you loved me, I whispered. But love isn't enough without truth. And you didn't choose me when it mattered. You chose pain. You chose lies. You chose Liam. She shook her head violently, but I continued. I'm not yours anymore. I'm finally mine. She sobbed into her hands. Don't leave, please don't leave me like this. I stood up. Sophia, I said gently, this is the consequence of what you chose. Not my punishment. Your reality. She lifted her head, tears streaking her face. Is there really no chance? No, I said. Not because you lost me, but because I found myself. Her mouth opened like she wanted to scream, but no sound came out. She could only whisper, Ethan, 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 like the name was slipping from her fingers. I turned around and walked away. She called my name, voice cracking, legs shaking as she tried to stand. But I didn't look back. Not out of cruelty, out of peace. As I reached the end of the street, something inside me finally loosened. Not joy, not victory. Something softer, freedom. I chose myself. And for the first time, I didn't feel guilty about it. I felt whole. I felt new. And the pain that once controlled me finally let me go.